I've got a memory of being in like year 8 and I was on the Special K diet. If you're in a friendship and they belittle you or make you feel like about yourself, they're not a proper friend. I wasn't even fat, but I felt fat. Pump. Yeah. See how...
You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Hi, we're here today to talk about some serious issues.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another video. It's going to be a chilled out sit down video and I'm here with my sister.
Hey!
If you're like a long-term subscriber, when was you on my channel?
It was
last
like we
year.
were talking about it, weren't we?
Yeah.
Earlier. It was probably about a year ago.
A year ago.
I can't believe that.
So if you've been subscribed for longer than a year, then you'll know this is my sister. And we're just having a girly night.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd whack out the camera and do a chilled out sit down video. We're going to cover a few topics.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about body confidence,
mental health,
fitness and weight loss, and friendships as well. So there's going to be a good variety of topics we're going to chat about. We've got a bottle of wine. We've got a bottle of red wine. So yeah, get a beverage of your choice. Sit on the sofa, just chillax.
Yeah.
And
we
enjoy.
Just want it to be like a conversation.
Yeah,
don't
just
we?
like a conversation with Imogen and Daisy.
Yeah.
Today we went on a protest, so we were a bit hyped.
Yeah, we just want to
were.
rant about everything. We're just gonna rant to everybody.
Put the world to rights.
Yeah.
So let's fill up our glasses.
I feel like I drank like those more than you, so.
Have you? Are you drunk?
Yeah, I'm so drunk.
By the end of the video, you'll just be like, what are we doing?
Just slurring at everything. Like the old woman in the corner.
Yeah.
In a karaoke night. Like, you're not my sister.
Throwing olives at me. So let's get comfy.
Yeah.
Let's get our glasses of wine. Cheers.
Cheers. For
Cheers.
like a long awaited time, I think.
Wait. What do you mean? You are drunk, are you?
I'm just so happy to very much.
Oh, because we've not done this in a while.
Yeah.
I get it now. Okay.
You forgot.
Yeah, it's because it just feels like it's yesterday since I've seen you.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
So the first topic we're going to talk about is like fitness and weight loss.
Yeah.
I got into fitness when I was about 14 because of my prom, and I really wanted to like lose a lot of weight for then, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a chubby teenager, wasn't I? It's okay, you can be honest.
No, yeah, you struggled throughout years, for years with your weight.
Had quite a bit of puppy fat, I like to call it, but it went on for a while. So I don't think it was puppy fat. But I mean, to be fair, like when I look back now, I wasn't even fat, but I felt fat.
Yeah, did you feel like when you were young, you know how you said you feel like you were fat?
Yeah.
Did you ever at one point was like, I need to lose weight? Like,
Yeah.
were you in like that mindset?
Oh,
A
definitely.
lot of the time.
I've got a memory of being in like year 9 or year 8 and I was on the Special K diet.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that.
I
happening.
think that's quite messed up. Like, for a teenage girl to be so obsessed with how she looked, to go on the Special K diet, that is quite messed up. Like, breakfast, lunch, I'd take my little cereal in like a box to school, and then a separate carton of milk, or I'd buy some at the canteen, and then that'd be my lunch. So I'd have breakfast and lunch, Special K, and then probably just a normal dinner at home, like with you guys.
So how long did you do that for?
Well, you were supposed to do it for 2 weeks to see results. And I think I probably lost weight and then put it all back on.
Okay.
Because once you stop starving yourself on Special K, obviously you're going to put it back on.
And also you're very hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Like what? The calories in cereal? Like 150 calories.
And also, there's a lot of sugar in. I feel like there's a massive contradiction. Actually, we're talking about it today, weren't we? About contradictions with. There's a lot of false advertisement on products and stuff about like 0% fat. So, and I feel like that's in relation to cereal as well. Like they'll promote it's very healthy, but then there'll
Yeah,
also
like
be high content
of sugar and salt.
Yeah.
We were literally saying that today.
And I just think they need to be more honest with how they're advertising things, and especially because psychologically you'll be looking at that.
Yeah,
like, oh my god,
you
it's so healthy. Like, but you're actually putting bad things in your body.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, the Special K diet, that is not. I remember that was all over the newspapers though, and back then we didn't have social media, so I say back then like I'm 50.
We feel like we're 50 now. We don't
back in 2003. That actually sounds like quite a long time ago. No, but back when I was in year 9, we obviously didn't have social media, so our influence was magazines like Closer and Hello and all those magazines that were promoting the Special K diet. So I felt like I had a very bad body image when I was a teenager. I feel like we've been opposite ends of the spectrum, because you were always, I don't want to say skinny, you were very slim.
Yeah, like
throughout your teenage years.
Yeah, I never.
But that doesn't mean to say that you didn't struggle with your image.
Yeah, I did, but in different ways,
Yeah.
I think. And because we've spoken about this, or I've spoken to my friends about it, and they would be like, oh, well, you can eat what you want. Everyone's perspectives of the body is different. I think everybody looks at, well, not everybody, that's a pretty sweeping statement, but like a lot of women feel pressures individually about different things about their body. Like, I could literally look at you and be like, oh my god, like, I love your legs, but you hate your legs. Like, and that was what it was for me. Like, I literally hated wearing, like, skirts and those, like, we used to have, like, really thick rugby socks.
Yeah, like thick, woolly rugby socks.
Yeah, and I used to hate, because I used to, like, look at my friends with, like, really long, slim legs, and I used to have, like, muscly Olympic legs, and I used to hate that.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't used to, like, get my legs out, really.
Yeah.
But
it's like that. It's like that saying, isn't it? You want what you can't have.
Yeah.
Everybody wants what they can't have. You see someone walking down the street, and you think, "Wow, she looks incredible. I would love to be her, or I'd love to look like her." Yeah. And actually, she's going home and looking in the mirror, and she's got so many insecurities about herself. And I do think, as you get older, like now, I'm towards the late end of my 20s. I do feel like I'm learning. Shh, don't tell them. Now I do feel like I'm learning to accept things that I didn't accept in my teenage years.
But do you reckon it's because of the influence, like,
we're merging topics now, aren't we?
Yeah, which is fine.
That's fine.
Get
the police out.
We have to have a plan. Do you think it was just the influence on like magazines, or do you think you had any other influence on?
I think I was very aware that I was the chunky one. Like, compared to a lot of my friends who, like you said, could eat what they want and it wouldn't touch them. I was, from a very young age, I was always having to watch what I ate, because it really, really did pile on very easily. Yeah. So I think it was partly the fact that I was aware that I was bigger than my friends, and partly because of magazines. Yeah. And I did actually do like an art project in my GCSEs about the media and the media's impact on like women.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
I
really
was
good.
very interested in that. I think it probably was because I felt affected by it. And I bet a lot of other young girls still feel affected.
Yeah,
I bet
absolutely.
It's even worse now because it's so accessible.
Yeah.
With your Instagram.
Yeah.
And that is another point. If you're following people that make you feel shit about yourself, just don't follow them.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really looking at people and being envious of what they look like, that is really not a good not a good thing to surround yourself with.
I think it's about being aware about that as well, and like having these conversations, and I think social media is good in that way, where you can we can have these conversations about being like body confidence stuff, and having that awareness and stuff, and creating those conversations, so then other people can like listen and look at that. When you go on social media, I think you're sometimes not conscious that, you know, you're looking at it.
Yeah, you're consuming all of this.
Consuming it is so addictive.
It is, it's so consuming.
There's positives and negatives about social media.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
And I think, yeah, like you said, like filtering what you see.
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
making sure.
And
you see the right things.
I love, because I'm really into fitness, I love following people who post workouts and post transformations. I find that really motivating. But I am cautious about what I follow, and like I do like to follow people who have a similar body shape to me, because then I kind of know it's more attainable to achieve a certain thing I'm going for. Obviously, if I'm following people that are stick thin, I'm never gonna have that. I don't have that body shape, so I'm never gonna. You
like find it more relatable to see
exactly.
people that
who
have
look kind of similar
to
you.
Yeah. So you did Special K diet, and
yeah.
then what else did you do? Like what?
So I did the Special K diet, yeah, and then I started realizing, actually no, this is not a healthy way to lose weight. It's not very unhealthy. I don't advise anyone to do anything like that, because you're just starving your body, and then your body's going to go into starvation mode. It's not going to have any energy, and then it'll store fat basically. So it's quite
like a socially aware thing to be at like a young age as well, to think like that. Like
what about,
you know, to think this is not a good way to lose weight.
Yeah. Well, I think I was just really unhappy as well. So then I found my love for the gym, and I started going to the gym with Mum. And Nan used to come. Nan, bless her, used to come. Yeah. And I absolutely loved it. Like I loved like the cardio, and then I dabbled with the weights a bit. Not the free weight section at that point, but I did like the machine weights, and I just loved going to the gym. And don't get me wrong, I used to come out of the gym and go straight to McDonald's, or like go and get a chocolate bar. Like that was my balance. I'd be like, well, I deserve it, so I've just done it. And at that point, I was quite healthy. I was quite fit. Managed to get quite fit. And before my prom, around year 11, that was when I really, really loved fitness, and I was in like a good mindset. I was quite good for a year or so, and then when I turned 18, then I moved to Manchester. Now that was like a turning point, because obviously that was like a massive, my life was like all up in the air, and I was moving into a different place and having to make new friends, getting new jobs and that kind of thing. And obviously when you're moving to a new place, it's always hard to like start going to the gym again.
Once you get into
the slump,
it's very hard to get back into it.
And motivate yourself to get into it.
And it depends, I always think it affects like, you know, what environment you're in.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sure it's recorded.
Imagine just going.
This is like 20 minutes.
Oh my God's sake. Like, I think the environment you're in always it can help or actually go the other way with fitness. So if you're in a bad place, I think both of us have been that you just have no motivation to do anything. So
and then once you start becoming unfit as well, it's
like
harder.
A vicious cycle.
Yeah, it is. So then I obviously started putting on a little bit more weight. When I was 18, I obviously was turned 18, so I was partying a lot, going out, drinking. And because I was meeting new people all the time and trying to make friends, I'd be going out and getting drunk. And so I piled on the weight then. And when I was 19, I went to uni, lived in halls. And I feel like a lot of people go through this and don't talk about it. But I feel like uni is quite a depressing place where you tend to put on a lot of weight and you're not looking after yourself.
I read a study like a few months ago, and it was about the article was on depression, and it was saying that students and like really old people are the loneliest,
like more susceptible.
More susceptible. That's the right word, to depression.
It's so sad, isn't it? It's really sad. And actually, like you think, I mean, for a lot of people, some people don't even suffer from depression when they're there. They have the best
literally
time of their life.
Like some of my friends have been like, you know, it's been amazing.
But uni is a very difficult place, because you're like, mainly the first, for pretty much everyone, it's the first time you've moved out from your family home. you're literally living on your own, you're finding your feet, you're trying to be independent. And that's what I really struggled with, the fact that I had no money, I was skin, and I literally would just eat shit. And packet noodles, did I just say noodles right?
You're one glass of wine.
Pot noodles, everything, and I was at my heaviest at that point, and obviously because I was at my heaviest as well, and I was comparing myself to my previous self, that knocked my confidence even further, and I didn't have a very nice boyfriend at the time. I won't go into detail about that, but yeah, so it was just a very negative place, and I feel like you comfort
yeah, it's stress eating, like, and that's how you deal with your stress, basically.
Yeah.
Eating
your feelings.
Those feelings not gonna go away.
The donuts are not gonna help it. No matter how hard you try. As you can tell, I've yo-yoed. The past 10 years, I've yo-yoed between 9.5 stone and almost 13 stone. And that is not healthy. That's putting your body through a lot of stress, keep going back and forth. I feel like a lot of people will relate to this as well, because there's a lot of people that do that, and they depending on their environment and their situation, they put on weight, lose weight, put on weight. But I'm trying my best to right now, because I've already said in a previous video that I've put on weight, and I'm not I wasn't in a very good place with fitness. I fell out of it, was drinking a lot and that kind of thing. So now I feel like I'm getting into a better place, and I do want to lose a bit of weight. I know some people say that I don't need to, but I know that I need to personally. You know, when you just know.
Yeah. I've said to you, like, over the past 2 years, that's not as bad, but when you describe the situation to me in the sense of, like, you know you put on weight, like, if you don't feel right in yourself, that's you know, that's enough to be like,
to be like, right, I want to change. So I feel like you're very good to start this topic off, because I feel like you are body confident, and you're also very good at picking up on when people are not being very kind to themselves with their words. Because you said to me, and I've seen you say it to other people, like when they've said something about themselves negatively, you picked up and said, that's not very nice. You shouldn't be saying that to yourself. Yeah. How do you deal with body confidence, basically?
When I look at myself in the mirror, I make sure it's kind of like affirmations in a way, but not so stringent. I'll just, like, look at myself, and if I'm getting changed or something, and like I'll impulsively think negatively, like I don't know, like I've got cellulite on my bum, and I like look at myself and I'm like, oh, like my bum, like I don't really like my bum today or whatever. Like everybody does it, where they look at themselves and they're like, oh, I don't really like my legs today. You just pinpoint one thing, or you're not feeling right that day, like I might be bloated from my period and stuff. I just look at myself and I say, like, no, this is your body, like you're beautiful, like whatever shape, size you are. And I always make sure, like with my friends as well, if they say something like, oh God, like I put on weight, and like genuinely I can't notice it or whatever, I say to them, like, you're beautiful the way you are, or, you know, like, just be happy in yourself. I think it's and really
it's accepting.
And it's accepting that we're all different shapes, sizes.
A lot of people have sex with the lights off, because they're so, and I used to do this. I literally used to do this. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And like I said, like, I feel like age does help you a lot as well, which obviously doesn't help if you're like 16 or 17, because there might be a few years until you get to that point. But I definitely think pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and just little things like that, putting the light on, or some people don't take their bra off while they're having sex because they're so self-conscious, and that actually breaks my heart, because your body, your partner doesn't see the flaws that you see, and they literally will love
they're attracted to you, they're with you for a reason.
Exactly.
And I also have this a bit, like, I don't really give a shit attitude about the skin and stuff, because I'm like, it's literally a body.
And this is like, the one thing that I respect
really gives
about you.
I just think, who gives a shit Like wear what you want.
Wear what you want.
Like be like, don't wear a bra with.
This is something that we. In the last couple of years, me and Daisy have just stopped wearing bras.
Yeah.
The only thing I wear is like I've got a sports bra on now, because I was wearing it before. But usually I would just not wear a bra, and that's probably since Bali last year, because I was just so comfortable, especially out there. I was just so comfortable, and when I first came back from Bali, I continued not wearing a bra. And I was a little bit more self-conscious, but that was purely down to the fact that I was thinking about what other people thought of me.
Yeah, and I do think that it's a societal thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It is.
It's like, if we all thought like this, like, I don't give a shit about my body, like, quite free with our thinking. If everybody was like that, there was no opinions on people's bodies,
and
nobody
no
would
judgment.
care.
Yeah, no one would
care.
Yeah, you wouldn't care.
And, like, you wouldn't even think about it. It wouldn't even be a thought.
Yeah.
So, and I do think when, like, I think we said in Bali, it was quite, like, it's quite a freeing. You know, it's all about...
It's quite spiritual,
Yeah.
freeing. Everyone's on this really nice vibe.
Yeah. And I think what helps with being body confident is about being aware, like we were saying, about being aware of what other people are saying about themselves and just picking up on that and like bigging them up and stuff and just
exactly like if you're
saying, no,
friends,
actually I really like that about you,
yeah,
or
exactly,
whatever.
and that's another thing, and maybe we can tie this into friendships. I am a big advocate for like hyping up your friends. Like definitely, if you're in a friendship and they belittle you or make you feel like shit about yourself, they're not a proper friend, because you should
100%.
never ever bring your friends down. They should be the people to, like, when you're down, bring you back up, make you feel good about yourself. If you're going on a night out or whatever, they shouldn't be bringing you down. They should be making you feel more confident.
Just from personal experience, I think, like, when I was younger, I was in very toxic friendship groups, very bitchy, and that was just my environment, and I didn't know anything different.
Yeah.
After growing and stuff, I realised, from having like positive and, you know, actual friends around me, I realised they weren't good friends. Yeah. But I think it's good to go through those things.
Yeah. It is very good to go through those things, because exactly, you learn. Yeah. And as Daisy's big sister, I'm a couple of years older than you, aren't I? 2 years older than you. So when Daisy did have these friends, I was very aware that they were toxic.
Because you've been through it, basically.
Yeah, I'd been through quite a few bitchy friendship groups and friendships. And I was very aware that Daisy was in that circle. But obviously, if you are an older sibling or a parent or someone who is around someone you know of who is in a toxic friendship or relationship, quite often they're not going to listen to you at that time. They need to go through it to learn themselves. Yeah. And I feel like you did learn a lot from that experience. And
but when I was in it, like, I had no idea. I kind of passed everything off as like banter, as things, and you were probably pulling it up to me. There was probably there was days when I was upset about it, and then you were pulling it up and saying...
I just had to have a pit stop because there was no memory on the memory card, so sorry for the abrupt cutting. But Daisy was on about toxic friendships.
Yeah, so, I think some friends, because they've had those friends for years, they'll just stay in that, and I suppose it's like saying, like, or you know, or like if you live in that area, like you don't have any chance to move out and stuff, you will just be in a routine, and it'll be
stay in those friendships because you almost think, well, these are my friends for life. So I went to school, I've known these people for 10 years, so I have to stay in this friendship.
And you justify those friendships, don't you? Whereas I'm kind of, I think we both believe, like, you know, if we're in a friendship that has negative impact on us, we will just cut them out now. Yeah. And like work with relationships as well and stuff.
If someone's having a real negative impact on your life as a friend or in a relationship, then I definitely feel like you need to just get rid of them, because you need to think about your mental health, and if they're really impacting on your mental health and they're just making you feel like shit, then they're not a good person to be around.
No, and don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about feeling like, just if you put yourself first, that's okay. Like, that's fine. Sometimes you do have to lose ties with people, and that's just life. And I just think,
and it is normal to, I just see it as like chapters in your life. The same with like relationships. Like some relationships come and go. Like obviously you might find someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, but before that you've probably had multiple relationships which have ended. So I just see that as like a chapter closing, then you move on to the next.
Yeah, and I think,
I mean, that sounds really harsh, like you move on to the next, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, you know what you want, like, eventually and stuff.
And you grow as well.
Yeah, from previous experience, when like I have cut people out of my life, they've made me feel guilty for that, and they've also said like I'm a bad friend. Like we've had massive arguments about it, and because they could never see past that, I was just focusing on myself. Like I just needed time away, and sometimes it's okay to just want to be on your own as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't constantly need to be with people.
And also you have friends around that understand. Like I have people around now
that are understanding.
That'll be like,
and I feel like
fine.
that is a very important trait to have as a friend. I feel like you do need, because people go through, life is hard, people go through shit, and when times get hard, you sometimes you don't want to see anyone. Like if you're going through depression or anxiety or something bad's happened in your life, you might need a couple of months just to chill out and just not see anyone. And if a friend holds that against you, they're not a very good friend.
No, exactly.
You need to have people that are understanding of the fact that life does get hard. And if that gets in the way of you seeing them, then so be it. Like that friend should still be there at the end of it.
Yeah, and I think when people also say that, like, they're there for you, but they're not. Their actions are completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Like when I've had friends in the past that have said they're there for me, but they were never actually physically there. Like they didn't ring me when like I was,
you needed them.
I was having a tough time or whatever, and then they would hold it against me and then say, you know, their problems are bigger and things like that. And it's like, it's not a comparison. So we're just grateful. Like, we've now managed to learn that.
And got people around, solid people around us that are very understanding and are very supportive.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, when you're in school, you have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And then when you come out of school, you soon realise that your friends get less and less as the years go on. But that is also because you soon realise who are the important ones and who are the ones that are proper friends and true friends.
Yeah. I think we both suffer from like people pleasing, and I think that can affect your mental health because you'll feel bad. Say if you're having an off day and you cancel on a friend or whatever, you feel really bad.
guilty.
Yeah. Sometimes just knowing your boundaries and like saying to yourself, no, like it's okay to have an off day. Yeah.
I just need some self-care.
Yeah. And even if their friends are supportive, sometimes I'm still overthinking it.
Guilty.
Like, yeah.
So don't feel guilty. If you need to just take some time out, you need to cancel plans on going out a night out, you're not feeling up to it, don't feel bad for doing that. To people who are in school or uni, what's one piece of advice you'll give to just finish it off?
Question. I would say just be loving of yourself, and just it might seem so at the time you might be like crippled with anxiety or whatever, but honestly it'll get better just as you go along, and those bad days will turn into good days, and it will pass.
It's just a temporary feeling that will pass.
And just be very aware of who you've got around you.
Definitely, that's a very good point.
And don't worry about being alone. Because, you know, sometimes it's bad to be alone. You're stronger on your own.
And fill that time, fill the time when you are on your own, because uni can be a very lonely place. When you are on your own, try and find something that you like doing. Maybe drawing or painting, or even go to a class.
That's the best way to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
Like uni, like definitely go out there and meet new people, because some people have got more confident from uni, so definitely
push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Do anything you think that will push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Actually, this will go out towards September, so if you are starting uni or school or anything like that, then go out and smash it. You'll be amazing. Have the time of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even a new job, anything like that.
Yeah.
Have the time of your life. Thank you for watching. If you want more videos with this little one, then make sure you give it a massive thumbs up so I know to bring her back onto the channel. And thank you for watching. If you've got to this point, by the way,
we are very drunk.
Maybe if you've got to this point, put a little red heart down below so we know that you are an OG and you've lasted this long, and we love you. And thanks for watching. Definitely hit the subscribe button too.
Yeah.
Bye. Hello, is anyone in there?
If you actually record.